The Holocaust is difficult for many people to think about.
A recent numbers show it's something many people don't even know about. A large survey of Americans show 31% think 2 million or fewer people were killed. It was actually more than 6 million people. Nearly half of Americans don't recognize the name Auschwitz, the concentration camps where Jewish people, Jehovah's Witnesses, and homosexuals were murdered in an effort to create a supreme white race. But thanks to a recent trip to our nation's capital, there are dozens of Minnesotans who know these facts now and much more. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield and photojournalist Louis Carpel were invited along on this journey of reflection.
Anything like that, grab your last cup of coffee. This is a good time to do it.
The day started in an early morning haze. Some were about to take their very first flight. All were about to take a trip to remember. Moments after landing in Washington, D.C., they arrived at the Holocaust Memorial Museum. Minnesotans of different ages, different backgrounds, different perspectives. Service members, students from all over the state, and officers.
A large percentage of millennials and adults have no idea how to frame what Auschwitz was.
So the Jewish Community Relations Council of Minnesota and the Dakotas, JCRC, is doing something about that. Once a year, they take curious Minnesotans on a one-day trip they hope sparks a journey of understanding.
I think we all have to be cognizant of the intersection of civil rights and community security. When people appreciate their history, then they have greater knowledge of the importance of affirming civil rights.
Officers were the first to go in. This is one of the only well-lit parts of the museum. Most of it is dark, cramped, tight quarters, uncomfortable, and that is the point. They weave their way through the photos quietly, looking and listening to how an Austrian man named Adolf Hitler seduced a nation.
Because they had these, uniforms, and they had these slogans, and they got to march, and they got a knife, and they had songs, and it was like so patriotic.
Thinking it's just all right, and it's not.
They didn't take a flamethrower, right, or a chainsaw. They just stood there with an axe and hacked at it. And to me, that's the symbol of hate.
They looked at the ark of a demolished synagogue. They looked at photos of starving people. They looked at a tower full of portraits of families that were murdered. What really made them able to walk in these victims' shoes was to see them up close.
Walking past it and looking at it, it just hurts me every time, and I just feel it in my heart.
Looking at all of the shoes that were left behind, because you think all of these shoes belong to maybe it's someone's son, someone's daughter, someone's mother or father.
Her mother was one of many who ended the tour in reflection.
All four of my grandparents survived the Holocaust. They're gone now, and I feel like this huge this huge responsibility or honor to share the names of their families that all died and let these future generations know what happened and what they can do.
Intimately personal for some, newly personal for others.
I guarantee none of the students in Malacca know, or that have the class, know any Jewish people, so they can't get that personal perspective. This gives them more of a personal perspective.
There's only one race, and that's the human race, and if it happens to one person, it happens to us all.
As the hours ticked on, the lessons sunk in.
It's a great reminder as a police officer the different heritage and the different life experiences that people have, people that we deal with day in and day out.
I was born Cambodian.
Tim Chon from St. Cloud State had a lot to soak in too.
Trying to understand why humans do what they do, trying to understand also from the perspective why our leader in Cambodia did what he did to our people.
A lot to absorb as 166 Minnesotans took their new knowledge 1,000 miles west. A day-long trip that will likely last a lifetime. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield, WCCO 4 News.
The JCRC holds that trip every year. Their hope is that students, teachers, and officers remember what they saw and stand up for anyone who is being mistreated.